If you're a high-achieving woman who's exhausted by stress, stuck in constant conflict, and tired of being overlooked in the exact rooms where you know you were born to lead, then this podcast is for you. So here's your host, Pallavi Jain.
Hi, I'm your host and your friend, Pallavi. You can call me PJ. I know it's easier. So let's roll with that. I'm PJ. Welcome to her Boss Brain podcast, where you move from stress to success. There was a time when most days I was going through the motions of life like a hamster stuck on a wheel, You're running and running, working harder and harder, but when you stop to catch your breath, you realize you're still in the same place. I was doing the same stuff, thinking the same thoughts, feeling the same emotions, the struggles, the exhaustion, the self doubt, and reliving the same conflicts. There was a to do list so long that it spills off your desk, overflows onto the floor, and seems to stretch out forever. No matter how much you check off, it just keeps growing. The constant stress, burnout, exhaustion to be a perfect leader, perfect mother, partner, trying to be literally everything for everyone except for myself. Now, if you are that woman or you know of one who you dearly care about, who feel lost in this constant struggle, fear, constantly racing for external achievements, approval, sometimes living other people's dreams, exhausted of pleasing everyone. By the way, who has everything that this external world can offer, but still sometimes feel this emptiness deep down, or that something is missing, or even longing to live her life on her own terms? If that is you, then I know, my friend, what it feels like and what you're going through. And that is the number one reason I created this podcast. After my 8 years of self-transformation journey and my 20 years of experience as an HR leader, executive coach, founder of Lead From Within program, I finally found something that worked for me. And has shared that with several other leaders who has gone through my program. However, when I'm speaking in front of these large organizations or a group, not everybody can get into those rooms. And I know this message is so important to every single woman across the planet. I want to connect with that woman who know she is meant for more, who needs that control back in her life. And I want to create a safe space for her to channel that energy where we will do it right here together on this podcast. Her boss brain is that space where you and I will take back that control of our life and connect with the most important person in your life, which is you, to cash out your inner treasure of empowerment, joy, and move you from stress to success. I want you to lead your life like a boss, which not only mean you're in control. By the way, I want to clarify here something. When I say you're in control, that's not in a rebellious way, but being more resilient, having that inner clarity and conviction, and then take an inspired action. Along with being in control, or boss also means BOSS, be on self start. And once you're on self start, you can achieve anything you want in life. Anything. I did it. Several others have done it, and you can too. Be on self start means you have taken responsibility of your life. You know what truly matters to you. And you're self motivated to achieve your goals without any need of any external motivation, criticism, push, or pull from someone else. You are committed to your inner joy, your passion, success, no matter what is happening around you. I mean, look at this. Look at the world today. The wars, the crisis, racism, inequality, unemployment, mental health crisis, healthcare costs rising like nothing ever before. Basically, human suffering is something we all share at some level, don't we? All this chaos is felt by individuals, by leaders, organizations, and the world at large because of what's going on. And it's unfortunate that everybody is just busy pointing finger at each other, blaming. So I believe there's never been a more important time than now. We have a void of leadership out there in the world. Only 13% CEOs believe they have the leadership potential to change and revolutionize the way the work is done and where we need to go for human sustainability. So, this is our time to step up together. Based on recent stats and surveys, women reported a higher level of stress than men and were more likely, you ready for this? They were more likely to rate their stress level between an 8 and a 10. That is crazy. And this is, by the way, on a constant basis. Now, some research also suggests that women are more likely to internalize stress, leading more readily to both physical and mental disorders, while men tend to externalize it in the form of aggression or impulsivity. I want you to think of your stress like a tangled ball of threads, okay? Tight knots pulling in every direction. But the problem is, you tug and pull, but it only seems to get tighter. 82% of us are experiencing burnout according to a worldwide survey in the workplace. You tell me, is this sustainable? Can we keep doing this? And the bright side is that there are these facts, and then there is this other truth that women have this feminine energy because of which they are naturally drawn to empathy, care, intuition within them that the world needs so badly today. But the problem is when you're stuck in your own external mess, the stress, the overstimulation, and screaming of the world to you at all times, and that feeling inside you of that I'm not good enough, along with all the generational memory of pain and suffering that women have endured, you are unable to tap into this natural state of love, compassion, and authentic connection. Imagine a deep well within you, okay, brimming with empathy, intuition, and care. A well that's been covered with layers of stress, noise, and exhaustion, but it is waiting to be uncovered. However, I also believe that for the first time, and tell me if you agree with me, for the first time in history, we're taking ownership, right, of creating that harmony within us that will naturally help us to actually tap into this inner wisdom and create the human centric leadership the world is so hungry for. And who can be better ambassadors for this change and transformation than women? But it all starts with all of us taking care of ourselves first, as we cannot pour out of an empty cup. Yes? Now, this space that I have created, okay, I'm so excited to share this space with you all because we are going to talk about creating her boss brain. I will help you craft that path from stress to success because, my friends, whatever you truly need to be successful, to be joyful, fulfilled, is already within you. This isn't just another motivational podcast. It's a blueprint to take control of your mind, your life, your joy, using science, real life strategies, and amazing true stories shared by other powerful women who have done this, who have gone through this path, like you and me. We are going to learn in our following episodes about creating this boss brain by understanding our inner technology, the neuroscience of how our brain works, how it impacts our body, our emotions, our choices in everyday life, And the most important, our perception. Perception is something how you interpret the world around you, how you interact with the external world. So it impacts our perception, and which impacts our day to day life and relationships. Because once we understand the technology, we can use it to our advantage rather than it using us constantly. Yeah, it's like how I always say you can't use a technology until you know how it works. Now, along with this, I will give you practical frameworks, day to day micro tools to transform now this knowledge that we will gain into daily action. Because it is action that transforms everything. And when that action is taken consciously, it changes everything. Along with this wisdom, action oriented approach, the beauty is that we will create this powerful community of boss brain women who are not afraid of failure, of how they're perceived. They're not seeking external approval, validation anymore. And they're not jealous of one another because they feel whole themselves from within by channeling their energy and passion in what truly matters to them. So when they come together to support and cheer for one another, just imagine the transformation that can occur in this world. I'm so excited to build a space where the world will truly see what happens when empowered women with inner clarity, conviction, love, intuition, and really anchoring within can come together and build something together from within. I want you to imagine this, okay? You get up in the morning, you put your feet on the ground, you raise your arms up in the air, you give a big smile to the universe for this amazing day. You go ahead with your task of brushing your teeth, taking a shower, and then you go into your closet to take your clothes, your armor. You also put on your boss brain as a reminder that you are on self start and responsible for your inner joy, success, inner clarity, no matter what is happening around you. I want you to feel that power within you, how you are really the creator of your inner world, which will then create your outer reality. Because it all starts from you and it all starts from inside you. In upcoming episodes, we'll dive into how your brain shapes your reality, practical tools to overcome stress and burnout, and to build harmony in relationships. Plus, we'll hear, like I said, a lot of stories from other inspiring women who have gone from stress to success. Relationships is like that, the third leg of that triangle of resilience, that triangle of creation mode that I say, which is responsible for a lot of stress, burnout, and struggles in our life. So, if we can build those harmonious relationships, just imagine how beautiful your life is and how much beauty, joy, and success you're going to create for people around you, your families, your workplace, your kids. So, don't wait. Your boss brain is ready to activate. Until then, keep shining, believe in yourself, and remember to be on self start. Take care, everyone.
So that's it for today's episode of our Boss Brain podcast. Head on over to Apple Podcasts, iTunes, or wherever you listen and subscribe to the show. One lucky listener every single week that posts a review on Apple Podcasts or iTunes will win a chance in a grand prize drawing to win a $25,000 private VIP day with Pallavi herself. Be sure to head on over to her bossbrainpodcast.com and pick up a free copy of Pallavi's gift and join us next time.